Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Michaela Copeland. This is a Christmas vlog today because today is the 23rd of December, or as I call it, Christmas Eve Eve. Now, this Christmas, like the previous two Christmases, is pretty hard for me because I'm all on my own because I've been disowned by my family, and it's been pretty hard because I've been disowned. Now, I came out as trans, as you know, coming up to 5 years, and I'm currently 27 and a half months on hormones, which I'm pretty amazed about how my process is. I have actually managed to train my voice, but the past couple of days it has slowly been slipping back, which I am amazed how far I've came because I've been waiting for so long to start hormones on the NHS, as I had said before, which I now would have waited 53 months for our first appointment, which is really shocking. And my family are telling me that be patient, Rome wasn't built in a day. Now, next month it will be 54 months, which is 4.5 years just for my first appointment, and there is at least an 18-month gap between my first and my second appointment, which is why I chose to go private. And on the 30th of June this year, when I had my second appointment at Trans Plus, was when I finally started hormones on the NHS, and I did immediately send an urgent message to the GP who I was going private with for 2 years for my hormones, telling them that I no longer need to use them services because I now want NHS care. And just really is lonely. Next week on the 30th, at 11:30 in the morning, I got to go back onto blockers, and I got to have Decapital, which is a 3 monthly injection on my butt, which I'm not too sure what it'd be like because when I have blood work, I do get pretty nervous about it when the needle first goes in. Been talking to people who's also on T blocker shots, and they said it doesn't hurt as much as when you have blood work because there's quite a lot of muscle in our butts from being on hormones. I do know for the past couple of days that my testosterone is going to rise, but eventually it starts bringing it back down. And also as well, next week at 4:45, I've got maintenance for my extensions, which I've gone back to because I just feel I look more feminine with with the extensions in. I have also given up smoking as well, which should help as well. And sometime in February, I've got a tattoo booked with Martina. She works at the tattoo place, tattoo and piercing shop, I should say. She's really, really nice, and all the guys there are superstars. I did go in there this morning to change my belly button piercing. I've now got a purple one, which matches me better, I think. And on the 30th, beneath my doll tattoo about here, I'm going to get a bumblebee. And when I recover from surgery, I'm going to get a butterfly about here to signify that I'm now a butterfly because I would have had my lower surgery. This time of year is pretty hard because my younger brother is allowed to stay at my dad's house, even though back in 2007 he actually burgled him, and I've been disowned for having gender dysphoria, which is a medical condition. And at the whatever gender clinic we go to, they are medically trained in gender dysphoria. Like, if I wasn't trans, why on earth would I start hormones for? Why on earth would I socially transition? And why on earth would I ask my then GP to refer me to the gender clinic if I wasn't sure? Now, as common with a lot of people, I knew way back when I was a kid, but it was during the early 90s, like it was 93, when I was 6, that I knew that I should have been born a girl, but we didn't have the information back then because, thanks to the Tory party, which hates the trans community, they introduced Section 28 and it covered the whole LGBTQ plus community. And it really did mess us all about. Because back then, I thought I was the only one. We didn't have internet in them days. I just thought I was the only one. And back then, I thought I was the only one. I didn't know what it was. I mean, when my eldest brother, about 4 years ago, asked what it's like being trans, I said to him, being trans is like your body is a prison. What you see on the outside doesn't match who I am on the inside. Like, I'm literally living a prison inside myself because I was pre-hormones at the stage. I said to him, the outside it might look blue, but the inside I'm all pink. And even when I was a kid, if I done anything feminine, like I used to paint my nails, wear my makeup, wear my sister's clothes. And a couple of times my elder sister did catch me in her bedroom and I was like, oh shit, she's caught me. And I'm trying to get back into contact with my sister because I feel that if she doesn't know already, she should know that technically she's gained a sister, a baby sister, aka me. And it's incredibly hard that I know full well what I had to do, and like it started to go tits up with my father when I decided to legally change my name because he claimed that 31 I had to ask for his permission and that he didn't know that I had to. My eldest brother, again, you should not ask for your dad's permission and that I should have picked a gender neutral name instead of Michaela. Now, I thought of 11 names in all, and Chloe was one of the names I thought of because when I was at primary school, I do not mix with the boys. I hated being grouped with the boys. I told the girls there that my name was Chloe, which was on that list. The actual names I was nearly instead of Michaela. I was nearly Lauren, Melissa, Veronica, or Lita. And because of how I dress, I'm very, very pastel and alternative. My family thinks that I'm confused and I've got a fetish for women's clothes because it is alternative. And I've had everything I've been through, and that my family still thinks that I'm going to detransition and go back, which I put who I previously was far in the past because when I was a him, that is long dead and buried. I'm never ever going to go back. And when I do have my surgery, which June, July next year, I'll be on hormones for 3 years because when I started hormones on the 21st of February 2020, a month before the first lockdown, I was doing a no-no and I was self-medicating out of just pure desperation because of how long I had waited. And my family keep on going on about COVID, but Charing Cross Gender Clinic, well I should say GIC, they received my referral the 17th of July 2018. That is effectively 4.5 years ago. I'm not seen by them, so I switched to Trans Plus, and they are total superstars and lifesavers, which Um, I know so many other people in the UK who, because they can't afford private healthcare, they do end up self-meding, which does scare me because when you're self-med, you don't know what you're buying. It might not even be what it says on the box. It could be out of date. You could end up stripping calcium from your bones. You could damage your liver or your kidneys. And because the NHS has an 18-week target written into the NHS constitution, I did ask 6 times for bridging hormones, which on the sixth time of asking, it was only to add it to my medical notes. I never actually got them because I just wanted to go private with Gender GP, and before my dad booted me out, I was with a GP who was willing to do shared care with him. Unfortunately, when my dad booted me out, I was just outside the catchment area of my previous doctor and I was to go to another one, and my GP was like, nope, we're not going to work with Gender GP, but it would with Gender Care or London Transgender Clinic. And when I found that news, it was about 4 years ago, I said to him, if that's the case, get me on bridging hormones, otherwise I know for a fact I'm going to start self-medding, because my dad was on about I don't look like I sound like a woman, which even when someone assigned male at birth, which what me and every other trans woman were, estrogen does nothing to our voice. We do actually have to train our voice, whereas if you are assigned male at birth and you take testosterone, 3 to 4 months in, your voice starts to thicken and your voice does sound masculine because testosterone thickens your vocal cords. And anyone who knew me before I came out, they could see I'm a lot more happier. It's just that my family think I'm going to end up regretting it. And before my dad booted me out, when I got my first set of extensions, my dad threatened to rip them all out and shave all my hair off. He will not allow me to dress feminine. He will not even allow me to wear even basic makeup. And so my dad is a bit of a dictator. And as I said, he allows my younger brother to stay over, even though he burgled him. And the younger brother said I was not patient, which um, both my dad and my younger are both diabetic. The doctors have told him repeatedly not to change their diets and eat less crap, which my younger brother, he has a ton of sugar. He has 14 sugars in his tea. And he's been to hospital numerous times with very, very high blood sugar levels, and I mean in the 30s. He also has mental health issues, and he has smoked weed and taken cocaine in the past, which, if you've got mental health issues, smoking weed gives you paranoia and psychosis, and they're telling me that I'm not being patient, which I have known people who ended up taking their lives because of the poor state of trans healthcare in this country, which I know about 3.5 weeks ago, the Good Law Project did take NHS England to court over these long waits because it is so unlawful. I mean, if every other Tom, Dick and Harry had to wait as long as what me and other trans people do, everyone would kick off. And as of May of this year, Charing Cross, my previous gender clinic, was still making appointments for people with thirds in January of 2018. And people have no ideas about how that affects us. I mean, it causes mental health issues and it can cause addiction. It's just incredibly hard with an unsupported family for a medical condition. which when I was a kid, I never ever thought I would come this far, yet alone even come out, because I did try telling my mum when I was 8. She beat the holy hell out of me, and um, next week I am gonna call Salvation Army on the family tracing thing to see if they got back in touch with my sister Katie, because I really do want to see her, and she should know that I'm now her baby sister, because it's been just over 4 years I've been living as Michaela. I am full time. Obviously, my face has changed since being on hormones. Ooh, picking up my elastic bands. So yeah, this is just a Christmas Day blog, my feelings, which has been so difficult. Do please leave a comment down below. Hit the like button and press subscribe to see more videos in the future, which I will be doing makeup tutorials again, because I do want to start doing makeup tutorials. I've got a raft of ideas for fantasy makeups. So anyway guys, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Much love to you wherever you may be in the world. I'll see you very soon everyone. Bye.